crazy. The transits, first of all, we were on members, we were talking about the different transits, and oh boy, yeah, this is a heavy week. And this is sort of, though, like, I feel like this is a week where, as light workers, we're sort of awakening to what has been going down. Like, what has kind of, like, not been obvious, okay, is going to become obvious. Very obvious, and it's almost like, we have been protected from really seeing what has been going on behind the stage. Yes, it's like it wasn't the time. I'm hearing that it wasn't the point to really sort of see it as it is. I'm hearing that. And this is a time where we're, to see what's going on back there. I'm hearing it in this way. And so with a Mars conjunct Saturn, now, this is a lot of channel messages, okay? If you're feeling like overwhelmed by the messages, don't worry, okay? But if you're feeling guided to this message, then of course, feel free to listen in. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on right now, and there's a lot happening on astral, okay? There's a lot that's being flung around, okay? For some of you, this is about the decisions that have been made. Okay, this is about the decisions that have been made for years. This is not just like on Tuesday Marty was being real mean, and now he's gonna understand why. I'm hearing I'm hearing flaps his wings like that. I don't know what that is. I don't know. People getting the karma. It's like, no. It's like, and yes, it's just like, you guys, like, keep making this reference, but it is a thing, like the movie Shrek. It's like, when they're gonna take that potion, and they think they're very smart with that. It's like, now they're growing some kind of weird, they're growing something I'm hearing on their limbs. I hear that. I don't know. It's clear, yeah. So, no, but they're gonna be exposed. And so it's to the point where, no, it's gonna have to get clear. And so as lightworkers, like, we have been honestly shielded from, and I've been meditating here with the guides for the last, like, ever since we've practically been on the members chat, which got very interesting, a lot of channel messages there as well. But this is something of a moment, guys, where it's like, wow, I'm just trying to be on my merry ass way, like, what's going on? It's like, they're getting their karma, and you're hearing it. Let's go on throat chakra. Yeah, for some of you, these are people. It could be family. It could be friends. Some of you, like, you are trying to see the goodness in all. It's like, no, I'm hearing it like this. Like, it's gonna have to get to the point where, and I feel this is in levels and stages and layers. Like, some people are not necessarily operating in the dark. Okay, they're not necessarily, okay, let's say, trying to work on behalf of the dark. I'm hearing that as well, okay? But they were related to people who were. Let's clear in the throat chakra. And so I'm hearing Teddy. I'm hearing Teddy. I don't know what that's alluding to. Teddy. I'm hearing Edison as well. I don't know. I'm hearing Roosevelt as well. Okay, I don't really take it as you will. No, I'm sorry, like, there are levels and layers, okay? Now it's getting very tight. So what's happening, I kind of want to draw this out. So as a light workers, right, you're basically here, okay, on some sort of, so how do we say this? We have ascended. Okay. We have definitely ascended, and it is what it is. People who don't believe in energy, you just continue on your way in the matrix. Now, we have ascended. Okay, we've made substantial progress here to such a level and degree where and some people, they may not want to believe that we've made a decision. Those are people who are not in the light, who are trying, they're not doing their light work, they're not doing their upgrades, they're not willing to let go of certain frequencies, addictions, okay, negative entities, otherwise you'd have no problem, okay, working with this concept, okay, of ascension. So, we have ascended as light workers, and I do believe that, right, we've made a decision as a collective, to operate primarily in this space. Now, this is where you really want to be at, because you are definitely, okay, but Spirit wants to sort of mention here and reiterate that the reptilians are definitely, and we're saying the reptilians, there's all kinds of different, agendas here, but we'll to just make it, to deduce it, reptilian, okay, they're narcissistic, negative entities are definitely watching you as a light worker, okay? It's, even whether it doesn't have to be that you're on YouTube, that you have a platform. I keep hearing family. It doesn't have to be that you are, they're definitely aware of you. They're aware, and And it is in this way, we'll get back to the drawing in a second, but it is in this way of, you know, you've definitely moved, okay? For some of you, actually physically you're home, okay? Yes. For some of you though, it's, yeah, they're definitely, there's some of, I'm seeing smoke here. Some of you, they're in your audience. Oh, well, good to know, yeah. Some of you, they're, okay, let's clear it. Yeah. Some of you, they're definitely watching you. They're in your industry, so they're lurking. So, yeah, and this includes like fake light workers, fake tarot readers, fake. Even if you're a Reiki healer, you guys, this came through a few months back, and it was like, what? Yeah, I mean, you would never do that, okay? But what do you think a reptilian's gonna do to try and survive? It's going to hook onto the walls, okay? And they're going to try and do whatever they can do. So this is a huge warning. I would really just kind of, yeah, be aware of, like, anything that also sounds too good to be true. I'm hearing gimmicky gimmicks. I'm hearing anyone proclaiming that they're God. I don't know what that's about. Okay, but anyways, yeah, no. Now, these people are definitely watching, okay? Yeah, and they're watching your channel, and I personally know, I am fully aware, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty picky when it comes to who I watch on even YouTube, or I listen to, okay, on YouTube, because, yeah, you're watching maybe a channel, and then all of a sudden you're like, what's this icky energy, like, what? Like, and you're just like, and it doesn't matter, guys, these people could be famous. Then yeah, yeah, and they could be famous, and so I'm not going to be name dropping here, but yeah, you know, you just listen to how you feel, and if at any point it doesn't feel compatible, you just check out. So let's clear it. Yeah, but personally, yeah, I've seen, yeah, yeah, they're definitely watching, so it's all good. You can watch. I mean, yeah, the light prevails. You're not going to be, you know, tricking any light workers, okay? That you are of the light when you're not, okay? No, sorry that you thought that would actually happen to be the way to also manifest into the next dimension. Like, it's kind of funny. It's like, I mean, even if you were to get, like, even if a light worker wants to be nice and let you in or whatever, and we were all going through TSA, okay? Yeah. What does that mean? It's like, it fucking means that you either do your fucking karma or you don't, and there's none of that, okay? No, like, I didn't get the right answer on my test, but, you know, it's like, but you need to figure out why. And yeah, it's like, they're trying to mooch off of people who are doing really their light work. Now, I'm curious, how many of you have had people come through and kind of like try, like, you know, you're on your path and you're really vibing really high, and you're just like, you know, you're accelerating and you're feeling like a lot lighter, and you're clear your karma, you're doing, and then you got people coming in and you're like, wow, well, I realize that they're not really, you know, really vibing, okay, where they can be vibing, but I'm still gonna try to kind of like, you know, like, kind of maybe help them out. Like, how many of you are in this story? Because I'm seeing that right here. So, okay, let's get back to the drawing. Now, here's the thing. We have ascended. We've been doing a lot of work to get to this point. Okay, I'm just seeing this. I'm feeling I need to write 555. So let's just call this level 555. We've ascended. This is a very clear mark, okay, like, of territory, even energetically on astral. If you make it through here, you are protected here, and yeah, this is why, yeah, you're seen as, okay, I'm a change maker. So naturally, okay, you've got, again, we said this last night. You got posted, okay, around you, astral guards, okay, yes, you do. Now people are looking at you. Yeah, no, it's a presidency, it's a cabinet of sorts. We're talking on energy. People think, oh, it's just on the 3D. No, it's not. Okay, sorry you thought politics was real too, by the way. Alright, side note, yeah, alright. But it's like, no. So let's move on. No, it's not just, in other words, like, wow, you're smart and you make a change and a difference when you just follow the so-called rules, and you're shady and slimy and you work for the government. You did no, and it's a no. It's like, there's a, dark chakra, well, we see you. Yeah, you don't want out. It's all good. So this is what it is about. And they're realizing, oh, shit. Hold on. Baby Boo is, like, actually ahead of the game. Yeah, because you're calling it a game. No, Guys, this is getting great. It's very interesting. I'm seeing it, but hopefully I can relay it quickly enough, because the messages are coming in real fast. For some of you, these are people who did not want to ascend, but they wanted what you've got. Okay, they want what you've got, in other words, and they're not willing to do the karmic work. Okay, in other words, for some of you, you'll find that your karma is turning around as you ascend. Your karma is turning around. You're in good places. Yeah, you are, and people feel it. Like, wow, look, like they've got this light around them. Yeah, you better believe it, because when you are not playing the game and thinking that it's about winning and like you're better and they're better, okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, no, this is where the light comes in and swoops you up and really takes you away with them, because they trust your ass. People who are not in the light and they're thinking, oh, why do they get that and that and that? You can really figure that out on your own. I can't explain it to you. We're not hanging out on Tuesday, by the way, as well. Okay, so let's clear it. I'm hearing jet. Some of you, this is someone from the past. Let's clear it. These are people from the past. I feel some of you, you know, okay, so I want to get back to the drawing because I feel like, yeah, let's draw it. So, again, we've ascended. We've made it through a certain gate threshold. It's like, we worked hard for this. You're not going to tell us, and you're not going to make, yeah, this is, okay. So Spirit is making this really obvious. It's about matter of the Matrix, okay. So what's happening is the Matrix, okay, and actually the connection point where the Matrix is sort of reflecting, okay, from its own, I'm hearing screen, okay, I hear screen, to the higher frequency plane, okay, this is actually, the distinction is becoming kind of no longer, in other words, what held, I see this as like a magmic, okay, sort of storyline, we'll say, like something of a sort. It's like where the filling and the void, okay, that and the conversation was sort of brought forward. That's released. Okay, so as what connected the Matrix to that which is actually, okay, of the light, okay, absolutely. As that falls away, this becomes more irrelevant. More, yes, more. It's like, but then this is the type of thing, guys, where it's like, wait, so shoot, it's like they're gonna realize, like, I'm in the Matrix, okay, yeah. It's like, but the irony is that it's not about figuring that out and being like, it's not about figuring that shit out. Like, oh, yeah, I realize I'm in the Matrix. Okay, now I'm on the same plane. Now it's like, oh, how do I, like, be the best light worker? It's like, no, you don't go to light work school. You don't learn how to be a light worker. Okay, this is not the hello. Okay, and it's really not about also just getting a degree. And, I mean, you can honestly have an extremely toxic tarot reader. You can have an extremely toxic Reiki healer. You can have an extremely toxic naturopath. You can have extremely toxic therapist. Okay, you guys, the list goes on and on. I mean, yeah, it's really not about suddenly being like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, no, and it's not about selling crystals and being into crystals and like all, this is not what it's about. It's about the vibration. And so if someone is trying to come back and like suddenly like, yeah, even competitively, I mean, this is bizarre. Now let's get back to it. Exactly, got to do shadow work. That's correct, CG. So, yeah, let's clear it. Absolutely. So now, as this gets wiped off, guys, it starts to become, and this is where you've been at, hey, you know, trying to help you out, guys. Trying to help you out, bro. Trying to tell you got to do your shadow work. No, I'm good. They're making fun of you. They're talking behind your back, being shady. Okay, shady. I'm hearing, Matrix. I'm hearing mothers. I don't know what that's about. Okay, take it as you will. I'm hearing that, though. You guys, this can even be, let us not get it twisted. Narcissism doesn't, I mean, this is obvious, but just to reiterate, I mean, narcissism frequencies are not just masculine, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, so it can also women, so-called, can hold, okay, the shadow frequency, okay, of a toxic masculine energy, and that's where it can get kind of like a little bit, yeah, you know, where we cannot trust our perception with that, like, oh, but she's so feminine, but like, oh, no, she can definitely be holding that frequency. Yeah, entities are entities. They don't look at, yeah, the body part. So it's a matter of the frequency, like, and that's where it's really important to sort of just listen to your intuition and be like, do I actually respect this person in that they are bringing my light higher, or are they, no, yeah, and that's the point of respect. So for some of you, let's go. Yeah, some of you just want to stop talking to someone because you're feeling like you're not empowering. So it is what it is. It doesn't mean just because you're a feminine and also a feminist, I'll say that. Yeah, I mean, no, we're not here to segregate, guys, right? I mean, let's just like stop talking about gender altogether, why don't we, right? It's really not about that, right? This is a very important message here from Spirit. And I know many people here, they're like, are you a feminist? Like, do you believe? It's like, no, I don't. And I don't think that we should really be like, it's not about either or. It's about the integration, and everyone has feminine and everyone has masculine. No, inherently okay. say, it's great that we're talking about so-called equality, but it's really not about that. It's not about bringing this further and like kind of getting an eye for an eye and retribution. I mean, this is, anything can become toxic, really. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. And that's where the shadow can really lurk in like these crevices of the conversation. Like, I'm a feminist, so automatically I have brownie points and you should trust me. No, but that's not even, I mean, maybe it's even a company, guys. I mean, let's get really down to it. It could even be a company, okay? Oh yeah, we're donating to this and this. No, but like, you can still be Luciferian as all holy hell of day. Now, for some of you, for some of you here, okay, yeah, the point is that we need to stop looking at who people are and looking and hearing what they're saying. I mean, I think for the most part, if you're at this channel, this is clear, but hey, you know, we can always further that, right? I mean, yeah, it's not about like how someone projects themselves. The most important, the way you'll know if someone is truly in the light, it's not about being in anything. It's not about, I got my COVID, this, and no, or I believe in that, and blah, blahs. No, it's about how do you actually feel around that person. And if you are feeling like you are falling further from your original source point, it's really, really a heads up for you to look closely at yourself in the mirror and say, why am I still interacting with this person? And it doesn't matter. I know that's very hard because it could be family, it could be really close family members, but if it is what it is, I mean, everyone comes here with a moral obligation and responsibility to clear their own karma. So just because someone is, okay, a certain family member or a certain friend or like blah blahs, or they're very this, they're very that, they've got a network, it doesn't matter what the reasoning is. And it could even be your toxic ass boss, okay, for some of you. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's your boss, they're your boss, she's your boss, it's your boss, they're your boss. Oh yeah, and they could even project themselves as, oh, we're like all for one, but then you feel totally like, you feel not good around them. I'm hearing that. I'm even seeing a company who's like promoting transgender, which is okay. I mean, honestly, let's get down to it. I mean, what is gender on astral? We don't have such things, okay, really. So yeah, we have both genders, okay, yeah. So this whole conversation and technique of winning brownie points doesn't work, okay, truly on a light worker. No, you can be technically, yeah, all for I'm hearing also for rights and whatever it is. We won't list them because again, it's not about the prejudices here, right? Of saying, oh, this is that and that's that. This is more important, that's more important. I mean, it's really not about that. It's about energy. So let's clear it. But yeah, if we really were to come down to it, and you could feel shitty around that company, or the people working there, I'm hearing it like this. So this is something very particular. Like sometimes we don't think like, wow, that's in the back of my mind. Like I'm kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt because they're saying that, yeah, it's a persuasive story. So if someone is not in the light, then they're going to obviously try to integrate in some way with you, who you are in the light, right? Being in the light, okay, as someone who's in the light, they're going to try to obviously speak your language in some context, or at least to try and get something to have a moment with you. I hear it like that. I don't know what that's about, guys, but they're not doing a good job, clearly, because we've ascended. Now, let's get further here. Okay, but yeah, for some of you, you're going to be clearing, definitely, those conversations. But it's kind of embarrassing, you know? It's like someone who uses, like, children as like how do we say, like, I'm seeing someone even pretending to be homeless, but they're using their children to like pretend they're homeless. I don't know what that's about, but it's not real. I hear that it's like these are fake, it's like they're faking something here, okay? That could be a message, a broader message related to a certain company. Yes. And I am convinced that the reptilians are watching this channel. I am absolutely convinced. Oh, right there. Is this okay, no. Well, hey, you take it as you will. All right. But no, I'm convinced, because why wouldn't they? And it's just a testament, you guys, because I'm feeling it. All right. Yeah. And it's all good. All right. What you doing here, though? You know, are you, what are you doing here, bro? No, it's all good. But just understand where you stand with us, and understand that we don't work backwards with a clock, okay? We don't even work with the clock at all. By the way, if you thought we did, yeah, time has come to realize it's not on the receipt tonight. I'm hearing that as well in the bill. You can't track and trace this as well. Goodbye to that. Whatever you thought you were doing back there. I'm hearing Hasbro. Okay, let's clear. No, I see someone is gonna. Let's clear it. No, the back. In other words, guys, they were thinking that they were going to, boomerang their cause to you. What? I mean, this seems like it's related to some kind of company. Like, I see someone, like, it's weird. I see a company guilt-tripping people. I'm hearing students. It's like, can you, like, pay us for, like, it's like, what? I don't know. This is a very particular message. All right. But anyways, yeah, I mean, the point being, like, if you want to judge the content on the channel, like, that's a good thing. Because you're telling us that we have more work to do, okay? Because the worst thing as a light worker is to kick your legs up and be like, all right. So yeah, because at that point you're probably gonna be ascending, going back home, baby. Back to your star seed family. All right. So this is the point where we say, good to know, that you're clocking in and you're also doing your work. Okay, let's clear the energy. But no, let's get back to it, guys. This is someone here. It could be someone, but it can also be, but Spirit wants to emphasize that this is not just as a masculine energy. It's not just so-called men, because what are men? Okay, no, this is the energy they take on, right? Otherwise, I mean, you could have a male, so-called male, and they could be taking on a divine masculine energy, okay, which naturally works with a polarity opposite, so-called, of the feminine. And they're integrated and they're perfectly working seamlessly together. You can also have or you can have a so-called male who's holding the toxic masculine energy. And so, it's an illusion that they are separate from one another truly, and that they don't actually affect one another. Okay, yeah. So then that's where this whole gender thing gets very silly. It's like, come on. I mean, this is really not about that. It's like people trying to make it seem like they're part of a certain group and they're trying to. I keep hearing win points. Like, what do you think you're doing with that? Like, just because you have a short pixie cut and you're a girl doesn't mean that you are in the light. I'm here to like this. Oh, take it as you will. Okay, you take it as you will now. Yeah, no, I don't know, guys. It's like, you putting another person down, okay, and being defensive and competitive is not the point. And that's also why the whole corona situation with the vaccines and all that is a huge, huge masquerade as well when it comes to, because people get super attached to also that mantra, but it's not even their own. Okay, yeah, it's those are the very people listening to the news, okay? Anyways, let's clear it. I'm hearing Castaway. Yeah, but then they're gonna realize, why is it that all of a sudden I feel like this belt I'm wearing doesn't even actually fit me? Yeah, because it's a whole farce, guys. I'm seeing like people who are going to be thrown into the bus by the people who they thought had their back. Okay? And I do feel that this is related to the whole pandemic situation and nonsense. I believe that this is related to a lot of different. It's all overlapping, guys. These are the moments. It's all overlapping. Okay, yes, it's happening on every plane, financially with a huge, the companies that are thinking they're running whoever and whatever. I'm hearing the government blah blahs, whatever it is. This is a time where everything, it's micro and macro. So you're experiencing it on a micro level and a macro level, and we are all involved. So it's an illusion that, I'm hearing first few settlers, I don't know, I keep hearing first, but these people who are like, even like, let's say the people who first started the company or whatever it is, are the most important and make the biggest change. Ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, very funny, but not funny. No, okay, no, we're all connected, and it's not even, I'm hearing, even people, the government wants you to think that you have no power, okay, yeah, it's like, that's why it's so toxic to watch politics, honestly, yeah. And that's why lightworkers are not drawn to politics, because they are so smart, okay? Enough to know, when we're not talking smart intellect, we're talking smart, like, aware and wise, okay? Enough to know and realize that the currency is not, the psychological, okay, meanderings, okay, with the logical mind and the ability to figure out a way to be very smart, okay, with a whole group of people and population. That's not, so as the lightworkers, like, you realize, let's clear the throat chakra, and then nobody is inherently better or more powerful than another person, okay, and that is really, really where, okay, and so especially for, let's clear on the throat chakra, and people are not even questioning this. It's like they start to believe this, like, wow, oh my god, this guy, like, he was able to, like, become, like, the president. Wow. It's like, or the, I don't even know, guys. Like, he's in the cabinet. He's in the treasury department. He's a diplomat. It's like, oh my god, great. He's a schmuck. Yeah, how do you think he got there? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. No spirit wants it, really. But these are messages. And it doesn't mean that everyone who's in a certain field, okay, but we really got to talk about this. Like, nah. Okay, like, what does that even mean? Like, but I'm referring more, I feel, to, like, and usually people who you don't really resonate will probably be extremely into politics, like, but, in a way, not in, like, I'm curious, but in a way of, like, being curious is one thing, okay? Yeah, sometimes maybe you also did work for politics and you're like, this is not for me. Okay, we're not saying like whether or not you ever had any kind of dabbling in that field, that's not what we're talking about. It's more like people who they practically are like praying to these people in the government like they're deities, okay? It's like, wow, even people on the fucking news, guys, let's clear them throat chakra. Even on, let's clear them throat chakra. Even, it's like, wow, oh my god, my heroine, I am a diplomat, but you're toxic. Right. Okay. And you're basically yeah. Where are you contributing to the future? No, yeah. Because you think it's these dudes? What did you think? No, I mean, give me your. Oh, you didn't think. You just regurgitated. You took exactly what that person was saying. I mean, it's like, what are we doing? Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this, so funny at SNL. I'm like, it's like, come on, man, come on, really, you gotta find another conversation. Okay, it's like they're just giving them something to do at a certain point. Okay, oh yeah, No, you know who you are. Let's clear it. Let's clear the energy. No, we don't. We are not impressed. Okay, if you're well versed in politics and blah blah blah, please, no. Okay. Oh, even the news anchors, like, come on, it's like it starts to turn into a drama. You're not even watching really news. You think you're so distinguished. You're not. No, having a formal political opinion is not as distinguished. Okay, it's that the fact that you're buying into the drama. It's more or less, Kardashian, but just in gray suits. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if someone likes that show, okay? But you're gonna take it as you will. But it does not mean, at least Kardashian is saying, hey, this is a show for entertainment. At least you know. It's like people are falling for politics, thinking they're falling for politics. They think it's a real thing. It's almost turning into their job. It's almost turning into their job. So, guys, yeah. Yeah, people feel like that. Yeah, they practically, they think they watch so much news that they're so well versed in the world, or they feel that they're so distinguished. I don't know what this is about, and they think they're allying together. It's like, oh, you're also this and you're also that. Oh yeah, nice. It's like, let's clear the root chakra. My God, this must be the Venus at 29 in Aquarius, the shadow of Aquarius. Yeah, being in a large group of people is not necessarily a good thing, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, yeah, it's all daft, says Tara. Yeah, so it's a moment, but anyways, yeah, because it's a prejudice. It is a prejudice because when you're thinking of things as like in terms of, the more that you create, you have markers to distinguish, okay, who you are, to prove yourself to society in some way and say, oh yeah, I believe in like this and that, and I'm a feminist, and I'm not. It's like, should be very simple. Either you're of the light or you're not. And when someone meets you, they should either feel that and they'll feel it in your presence, or they just won't, right? It's like, let's put them to our chakra down the side of the body. Oh yeah, Some of you, these are your people around you, who were actually making money, okay, off of this. They were making money, big bucks. I'm hearing pharma. I'm hearing big pharma. And yeah, so obviously they don't like the notion of that being called out because that's their whole entire world right now. This is for some, I don't know, maybe someone here is retired and they're just like, they're practically just spewing the news, okay, at people. And personally, I have found that it started to get pretty toxic, like, especially with what's going on, the people are turning into kind of like the regurgitators, and I personally, I have to just shut the convo down right then. And people are like, why do you want to talk about it? It's like, no, because you're not talking, you're regurgitating, and you're not thinking for yourself, and you're not really being truly like a citizen of humanity, really, okay, in this broader ascension collective process, and you really are not impressing me, and I have no respect for this. And so people may get very offended, but it's like, why aren't they thinking about it? Why are they they're choosing to get offended instead of thinking about it? Okay, no, so let's think about that. Okay, like, I mean, I could get, so anyways, the whole point is to, let's go, they're very intimidated because they start to realize, oh shit, it's all a farce. Oh, yeah, and then that means, and they start getting, they cannot tell you that. Oh my gosh. They cannot, they would hate to tell you that you were correct. Because it's the very premise of their ego upon which they stand in the first place. So it's like, the answer is not to outsmart the system, know the system, and know it best. It's about being truly intuitive. And this is where intuition is going to come first and foremost. It's not about what you learn and what you so-called know, and hence why the education system can be so incredibly toxic. Because it's not about that, guys. And it's really not about that. Right, it's really, really not about how, so-called smart you are. In fact, people who resist learning just because they need to pass a test, people who resist, they are the so-called smart ones. They are the ones making the waves, truly. So don't fall for that bullshit, guys. Like, this is something that Spirit wants to talk about, and even a few days ago, we were talking, about a week ago, a few days ago, we were talking about education and how this is a huge trap. And I mean, I don't know, sometimes I find it very funny, like, when they're asking for donations, even from like these huge companies. I almost called them, oh, we just said companies. I was going to say business. Spirit's like, it's still the same thing, but we'll use a different word to describe it, you know? Yeah. In other words, we'll expose that, yeah, it is basically exactly that. And they don't want you to know that, but it is that. Okay, so, and these are people who have no real path when it comes to their light work, and it is kind of, like, unfortunate, right? But, like, either they have to make the jump to get out of the matrix, or they just don't, and so it's a matter of the jump. It's not about the discussion. I mean, there's no, like, nostalgia, really. It's not like, oh, I wish he had jumped. It's like, he didn't jump, and so that's about what we're talking about here, you know? It's not like we can help, you know, learn for people as well, what they need to learn with their soul, with their spirit, and there's no light work school right now, right? In this way, like, it's either you do the work and you commit to and you do the shadow work, which is not easy, okay? And it feels kind of strange, yeah, and those who are, again, they're riding on the wheels of their logic, and they're trying to get through life, just trying to, yeah, be an ultra matrixer, they're really losing touch, and they're feeling it, and simultaneously, so they're watching you. Let's go. Now, but yeah, it's very interesting because, yeah, guys, but it is kind of sad because they're not on their path, really, when it comes to doing the absolute light work, and some people are stuck. They're stuck in between. It's like, shoot, you know, because you got the people who are really thinking they're, like, very fucking smart over here. Okay, going over to the corner of the galaxy thinking they're talking to, like, some kind of weird, they think they're doing transactions and deals with, like, fucking, like, Lucifer himself and, like, Hannibal and, like, his brothers and his cousins and his sisters, and, like, he thinks he's super, super smart, okay? This is, no, even the dark doesn't work like that, guys. And if you really want the down low, I was getting this earlier here today as I was meditating. Yeah, if you really want to know who's really has the capacity to do the so-called black magic, it is the light workers, okay? And that is a fact. And because it's not that which they're doing, it is just simply karma and delivering it. So, and this is what, if you really want to know, yeah, you think that spirit, the universe, could give the capacity to cause another person truly, okay, some sort of disruption, okay, I'm talking light workers, to the light workers, you think that yeah, they would give it to you, bro? No. And no. It's a no. They wouldn't know. I mean, that doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, it's not that you learn how to do black magic, honey. Okay, this is also really important to, yeah. Spirit was laughing, and I was like, really? We're gonna talk about that? Yeah, But they were like, no, we gotta talk about it. Like, no. If you really want to know, if you really, because why? Because it's the light workers who have the real tribe behind them, and when a light worker is pissed off, you will get your karma. I'm hearing it like this because the light worker is not here to cause injustice, okay? The light worker responds to, let's clear it, yeah. Yeah, what? It's like they want to learn the craft, please. Okay? No. You're not learning anything. And no, going to Harvard and getting your degree and going to Wharton, Penn, okay? What is it? Wharton Business School? Yeah, it doesn't matter what's going down there. This is not what we're talking about. And that's where it's getting extremely embarrassing. Okay, and people feel like, wow, why is she, like, on her Hot Wheels and I'm not? I went blah, blah. You can fuck off. Yeah. Oh, I paid for my education, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's the last few words. Okay, but rather, yeah, no. And it's a metaphor, guys. Like, they've been investing in a mantra space that doesn't hold value. Okay, And, guys, this includes, for some, okay, I'm hearing this is about Corona as well. So we're not just, I mean, it's in general, but yeah, for some of you, let's clear in the throat. Oh, people are so still. Oh my God, guys, I'm getting, like, there's a wave now. Now Spirit wants a heads up. So there's a wave of people now who maybe they used to, like, not believe in energy. Okay, they're like, ha 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 ha. It's like they were making fun. Let's clear it. Now it's like they're seeing that, oh, you know what? There's something to this. I'm hearing babble. I don't know. I'm hearing it like babble. B-A-B-E-L. Babble. I think that's something related to history. Okay, but anyways. Yeah, but anyways, maybe they're a babbler as well. Like, they talk a lot. They don't say much, though. It's like, I don't really get your point here. It's like, maybe they just like to debate. It's like, yeah, let's go. That's very different from channeling, by the way. And they will come through. You guys would be amazed. You must have seen it, though, in the beginning of the channel. People would come on, like, reptilians be like, are you, like, on drugs? Like, oh, like, you must be, like, yeah, you're just talking to yourself. It's like, okay, so, yeah, go back to that one video. It was the year before we said keep clear of Corona. Yeah, no, but I mean, you don't need to watch it. Okay, like, you can, yeah, just, yeah, find your way. Now, anyways, Yeah, I mean, you're lost. Yeah, your guides also want you back where yeah, I feel like some people, they're gonna get their karma hard when they're ascending, okay, to leave this planet, and they're gonna get a tushy spank, from their guides. It's like a moment where they're running away from their guides. They think they're going to the dark side though, but they don't realize that yeah, even the dark is not gonna take them in, guys. This is a very particular message. Let's clear in the virtual guide. The dark respects light workers, and that's the point here, guys. Hello. Those thinking I'm gonna turn into a black witch, you're not turning into nothing. You're gonna turn into, yeah, not even Donkey's hand. I'm hearing hand at that way. Hand. He's got hands. Yeah, he's not a real donkey, motherfucker. I'm hearing that. He's not. You thought he was real? I was like, I thought he was real. Yeah, no, they're all double agents. So hold on. Let's go back to it. Okay, it's like you're gonna start questioning your whole reality. You want to try and get into black magic and sorcery, and you think you're very smart. No, you're not smart. We gotta just nip that in the bud right now, okay? Yeah, these are people who are thinking now. Well, let's go back to it. The dark, the true dark, respects the light. The dark, we got that. Let's get it again. The true dark respects the true light. And they work simultaneously. The dark is smart enough to know, guys. We're talking with the true dark. Works with the true light. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, all of those people who think they're very smart, okay, turning into you are stuck in the grid and you are not flying. You're not, yeah, you're just, it's like when a fly hits a wall and you just like splat right there. That's kind of the vibe. So thinking you're getting very smart to do black magic and learning how to be a witch or a wizard, okay, is not the answer, and it's really not. So I really wish you light, okay? Goodbye now. Okay, goodbye now. So now, all right, let's clear. Yes, I'm hearing, and I don't know if you're going to be wiped. Am I going to at least be wiped off the wall so I can, like, kind of reincarnate? I don't know. It's not my duty to, yeah, no, I'm not here for that now. Am I going to be okay? It's like, yeah, it's like they have no more contact. Let's go. You've been energetically exiled a little bit here. So that's as though people who are, they're abusing their power, guys. And so, no, not even the true dark, guys. Hello, yet again. We're talking the true dark, really. Did they know better than that? That's not how the universe works. It's sad that you thought it worked like that. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. I'm hearing black and yellow. Yeah. Ooh, I'm feeling the pressure in my ears, yeah. Now they get it. That's good. Okay, so we got that squared away. Yeah, I'm hearing hallelujah. Hallelujah, yeah. I'm seeing paint, like, dripping down a wall. No. It's really, really time. I'm hearing it like this, yeah. To see it. And this is, yeah, I mean, they're gonna kind of, yeah, you gotta feel it. And this is where you step back as a light worker, like, yeah, I gotta go. You know, like, sorry, you know, yeah, it's not gonna work like that. And at a certain point, like, I mean, they may try and, like, I mean, who knows, like, when they'll realize that, yeah, the light and the dark subsist together, you know, they hold hands, actually, right, yeah, we don't separate the light from the dark, by the way, yeah, in other words, yeah, you're also not just a light worker, you are here doing shadow work, in other words, you work very, very, connectively with the dark when you're doing your light work, okay, so this is an illusion that it's like, that's what I mean, it's like, no. Okay, I'm gonna turn into a fucking witch. It's like, no, that's not what it's about. Okay, yeah, shadow work is not becoming a witch or a wizard or a wizardette or a witchard. I don't know, guys. Like, you're gonna take it as you will, you know. Yeah, it's really, really not. Yeah, so that's a twisted reality. We have to get back in check. Okay. Yeah, is that it's really, that's not a good look. Okay, right. No, you're not a new ager as well, thinking that you're working with crystals and rocks. Okay, let's clear it. Let's backtrack. Harsh reality, I know. But I paid a lot for that spell kit. It's like, you did. And that is your decision. And it's also your karma, and it's coming, and you're gonna learn that lesson. But through the karma, and I'll see you later. Okay, that's how it works, guys. Let's clear it down. And then third eye. Crown chakra. And what you're getting is, you're feeling the kicking and the screaming on astral. Like, hey, like, why did the she got to, like, they got to have, like, more fun? Like, it's like, this is related to Corona for a large number. I feel like people who are like, yeah, like a lot of people are starting to see the silliness. The silliness, yeah. The extreme silliness of it all, and the politics as well of it. Let's clear and throat chakra, yeah, and the third eye, yeah. No, but they're very they're very much scared. People who do not believe in karma and now they're observing karma, they're very scared because it's like, I don't know how to do this. It's like, who is this person who keeps fucking with my life? My life. I'm hearing my hair. I'm hearing that someone's hair. Someone's messing with someone's hair. I don't know. Maybe yeah, whatever it is. It's like, listen, karma doesn't make any mistakes. You can rest assured with that. Whatever you're getting is meant to be. Okay, you did something to deserve that. Right there, and you're gonna understand it, which is about opening the mind's eye enough to see really where that karma was first initiated when you made that decision. So in other words, when you experience your karma, you go back to the very point, the inception point. Nothing is forgotten. Okay, yeah, you think like you got away with something, you think that you did something, okay, as in a space of injustice to another person, and that you got away with it, and that's where again the real, let's call it the so-called smarts of the universe does not lie, where it's like, oh yeah, no, I got ahead of this because the judicial system didn't catch it. No, we're not operating just on 3D, okay, as logical, yeah, in logical, yeah, format, okay, so in terms of energy, the universe will just bring it right back upon you because that's the law of karma. I mean, it has to be that way. So even if as a thought, okay, yeah, you have a certain thought about someone, you have a certain thought, yeah, I mean, because you don't have to have crystals and rocks to be doing your wizardry, magic, whatever you think you're doing. You could be preying upon someone in a hostile manner, okay? Yeah, even doing incantations and whatever else. No, yeah, it's not like, oh, good, I didn't use any crystals, at least. No, but like, I'm sorry, honey, the energy's the energy, and if you're projecting, okay, a toxic energy to another who was not deserving of that, okay, and as a light worker, you know exactly, okay, where you stand in this conversation. There's no point in trying to also like explain it, and because I feel like some light workers, like, you feel like bad because you know someone's gonna get their karma. It's like you want to kind of help them kind of call it out before they have to get it called out in another way by another conversation I'm hearing, yeah, and time, and yeah, but no, and so, but they're definitely going to understand. I'm hearing it like this, but they have to turn the clock back. So yeah, because they're still operating time space as well, like in terms of them thinking that also, especially those who thought, oh, we'd leave this planet and yeah, and no one will know. It's like, oh no. Yeah, I'm hearing smoothie machine. Why is the smoothie machine not working? Like, okay, yeah, well, it must be, it's like, I feel like everything is collapsing for people who were making decisions based on what they thought would stand forever for them. And this is specifically, like, I feel also companies, I keep hearing companies, businesses, people who thought they could also rake in. So let's say like this, Spirit pulled us out of situations where people were taking advantage of us, okay? And I know this for myself for an absolute fact, because Spirit had me in certain places at certain times, and I knew that I was contributing to that space heavily, and it was something at a certain point, like, the energy exchange was not fair. Like, what I was giving, I was not getting appropriately back in return, and Spirit yanked me out of that, and it wasn't for myself, okay? I'm protected. We're protected as light workers. We're not here to fend for our very, sense of, no, I mean, I'm hearing sacrilegious, interesting. I'm hearing our sovereignty. No, this is about the unity consciousness. So we are protected, and well, we are guided, and we're moving. I'm hearing we're moving through a path. Let's go. We're making progress, and so there's no stagnating. But they pulled me out of that space to teach another person a lesson, and not just one person, but I'm seeing full companies. And this is where, yeah, I mean, it's like I see like a lot of people like pulling their stake out of something. It's like, well, that's what you're gonna get. You thought that you were manipulating all these people. Well, guess what? Yeah, half of them are light workers. You're out of business now. So it's something kind of like this, guys. Like, trust the flow, and whenever you feel like it's time to move out of a certain space, like, you do what you need to do. Yeah, it's not always just, yeah, I mean, as a light worker, like, you're definitely placed in certain places at certain points in time to deliver certain messages. I'm hearing that as well, and sometimes it's something that they will understand after you've left. It's not in the moment of the conversation. So you're trying like so long maybe to make someone get your point. It's like once you leave, that's when they'll hear it. Okay, let's clear it. So now, but for some of you, you have friends. I hear this, family members. And again, if this is overwhelming, I know this is a lot of channeling. Okay, we have 44 minutes right there on the clock. You can definitely check out. It's you don't, yeah. So, but let's clear. Some of you have family and friends. Let's clear on the chakra. Yeah, they had a different idea. Okay, they thought that you guys were all gonna be, yeah, mosh pitting. I hear that with your karma. No, you're not. You're absolutely not gonna be doing such things, and you are definitely going to be. I'm hearing getting your own room. I'm hearing proverbially. Okay, I'm hearing I'm hearing with their call. I'm hearing with their call. So this is something karmic, guys. It's flipping. Like if someone owed you something, I'm seeing that as well. They're gonna come through and correct that. And yeah, let's clear that third eye. Someone thought they really had you wound up. I don't know what that's about, but now for some of you though, some people will be realizing that you made the right decision. Okay, and maybe it's in any way, financially, whatever it is, and like, but there was a political side to that or something controversial, and you told them, hey, like, trust me, like, this is not something worth like really looking into. It's like, guys, like, oh, I'm feeling heat down the left side of the body, specifically in the eye, the left eye. This is someone here who thought they were kind of like they had a prejudice. Okay, they thought they were like smarter than you or whatever. Like for some reason, guys, I'm feeling the example like of something related to Corona. Like maybe you had a certain vision here. You're like trying to convince someone like, hey, like I'm trying to like make this kind of like obvious, to you because I feel it's obvious, but it's apparently not obvious to you. And you're trying to kind of like help someone ascend in a certain space as well, like in the way that they saw a certain storyline, and they just weren't willing to. And it's like, let's clear the door. Now they're understanding. So it's like, wow, okay, so they're kind of like, yeah, I'm hearing they're honest. I hear that. What? Someone was let's clear it. Oh, for some of you, someone was hiding something from you? Wait. Wait, what? Someone was wait. Somebody was very defensive. Let's clear it. They were judging you. I hear this. This doesn't have to be your message. It's either you know exactly what this is. It shouldn't be like that you got frustrated and like you don't know who this is and now you're getting you feel like you have an enemy that you never thought you had. No. This is some more confirmation. It should be, but always take it as you will. Spirit needs to bring something to your attention, they will. This person had a weird eye with you. Yeah, so no. You can go. Yeah, and they did. And I feel that they did. I feel like you both did. They left. I'm hearing they left your life, your situation, and they were like, I don't need her. I'm hearing that. I don't need them. They thought they were like good on their own. I'm hearing that. And now it's like what? It's like, let's clear it. For small number of you, this person is gonna get their karma so hard. They are gonna get their karma so hard in front of like other people. Can we make an example? So Spirit, like, okay, I'm getting for some of you, someone was acting shady with you privately behind doors. That could be a metaphor. Maybe they were doing something behind the stage. Okay, for some of you, whatever it is, they were kind of like talking down on your work. I'm hearing this, whatever it is. Again, it should not trigger you in the sense of like you feel like, oh, suddenly someone's talking behind your back. You never had that thought. No, like this is more confirmation, and it may not be everyone's message. This is a very very specific group of people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But we still, again, I feel like we do have a troll audience as well. It's like, it's very interesting. But anyways, yeah. Hi, honey. Hi. Okay, let's clear it. So, it's like, oh shit, I'm here. She called my name out. Yeah. Honey, I'm hearing, but not the kind that drips. I'm hearing it like that. I don't know what that's alluding to. The honey in the pot that you thought, oh, hey, good to, yeah, nice to meet you, boo. the honey in the pot that you were keeping all for yourself. Oh, but I'm hungry. That's not an excuse. We're all hungry. Please, let's clear it. Yeah, this is something legally for some of you. Somebody was very oh, they were trying to hide something low key, guys. I don't know with them. We got all kinds of people watching. You take it as you will. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, so, and it may be that you're sort of like, you could be a light worker in an extremely toxic industry. Maybe it is that you work in the government or politics or whatever, and it's like, you realize, like, there's something extremely nefarious going on, and you know it, but you're just sitting back. You're like, you know what? I'm cool. Like, and it could be a general message. Sometimes things that come through, like, you know, in the public come through in the personal channeled messages. Okay. So just, yeah, take it as you will, but maybe even like you feel like, yeah, it's all connected. Hence again, where it's like, it's not that if you're, Spirit wants to talk about politics here. If you are not in politics, that doesn't mean that you're not in politics. Yeah, this is where it's like, you're not just like, wow, one of the few people who voted, please. Oh my god. I don't know, guys. It's just something. Yeah, it's really something kind of sad, honestly. Yeah, and so, okay, let's continue though. Let's clear into the throat chakra. Now, people, we were talking about this earlier. If you just tuned in, check back like a few paces in the video. Definitely somebody was hiding something though, and I'm seeing that for some of you, this may even be a family member or a friend. I'm hearing they're following you. They were kind of like, they're not with a good look in their eye when it comes to your work. Now, this could also be, let's go. They've had a silent prejudice, maybe. It wasn't that you knew. Again, this should be someone that you already are aware of this. Yeah, for some of you, it should be that you know more about what I'm saying right now. Like, okay, let's clear it. And, not like, oh my god, who? It's like, no. This is yeah, let's clear throat chakra. Let's clear throat chakra. There's definitely something. It's involving products. Someone was, I don't know, smuggling something. This came through another reading, guys. Someone was holding something. Let's clear throat chakra again. Yeah, this message is for a very specific number of people. I'm hearing Washington. I'm hearing the Washington Post. I hear that so strongly. I'm hearing Washington again. Okay, yeah, but that can also be a metaphor, and it can also be a past life energy or a guide. So for some of you, yeah, someone, I'm hearing just watch what happens. Someone is going to expose something indirectly. Oh my god, I feel like this nausea. Someone is going to be called out. I see it like they're gonna turn around, they're gonna see they have a whole audience right there. It's like, we were all listening to your bullshit. I'm hearing it like this. And it could be a metaphor. Maybe they're finding that they're getting the karma in front of like kind of the whole entire universe at a certain point, and it's like, wow, on astral, like they did not believe in energy. For some of you, they didn't believe in karma, they didn't believe in such things, and they were, for some of you, plagiarizing your work, taking your work. Okay, hey, we see you, hey, what's up, yeah, and they could also be, for some of you in your industry, they're also possibly one of the top tarot readers. I'm hearing that yeah, this is for some of you. Like, I see like top tarot readers who were like watching. First of all, yeah, they're not doing too well. I'm hearing it like this, and this is not me talking against people, never, but Spirit wants to talk about this. Okay, yeah, and also for the sake of, you're watching, we see you, and we see you, and we know exactly who you are, and we're not impressed. Okay, yeah, we read the energy, we read real clearly. Okay, these are people who think they're very much like kind of like able to do whatever they want, even monopolizing, okay, the industry. I hear that. Okay, let's go, monopolizing the industry. These people, they're maybe so-called top tarot readers, but they're losing their lure, they're losing their allure. Now they're coming on, and I know for a fact, personally, I have a number of people who I know watch, and they're lurking, and they're thinking they're very smart. Okay, yeah, and no, and but the way I know is that they're throwing shady energy, and I see your face, I see you, I've had dreams of you. I'm not impressed. Okay, I'm sorry, no, not impressed at all with how it is that you also handle your so-called light. Why are you feeding off another light worker like that? Ew, let's clear the energy. And this is someone, no, guys. No, guys, no. This is someone who, yeah, so this is where it's really important to understand how you feel. There's a difference between entertainment and just kind of consuming someone's content and actually feeling like I am lighter afterwards. I'm actually enlightened, right? Okay, so this is something very particular, and I personally, I don't even watch other tarot readers, but I do watch certain people who I really feel like, you know, and again, Spirit has me picky with that, alright, but in the sense of, and because it's related as well, obviously, to the work that I do. And to do one's shadow work, I feel like you really, it's not a consumerist culture. We're not here to consume content, and this is something very serious. So some people here, no, they're thinking that it's, and they're also possibly wanting to just join the industry randomly, okay, not even having really gone through their light work. I'm hearing that. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, again, like, personally, I am the last person. I absolutely detest talking, thinking about other people. No, and I'm not calling any names out, but I know exactly who you are. I'm hearing your whole federation. I'm hearing that, okay, with your flag. I don't know what that's alluding to, and I'm not impressed. Okay, so and so these are people who they're losing their allure, and this is the thing. In the last few months, Spirit has brought my attention to certain, it is all across the board, companies, people, tarot readers, mediums, okay, who have not been in the light. Okay. Yeah. You. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. And yes. And so, I don't. Yeah. So it's not about right now. And they have like had me watch these people see what goes down because they needed me to expose it. I'm not watching you because you're interesting, honey. Oh no no. Yeah. No. This and so what's going on? Okay, is that these are people who have and so because spirit kind of again this is what we say like they put you in situations where you're just like and sometimes I'm like why am I watching this tarot reader? It's like I'm not even into like I mean why am I for what? Okay, no, there's no drama. Okay, why? Yeah. It's because spirit wants to they have you come through and double expose so absolutely because what you're observing is boomeranging up. You're always talking to your starship family, and they're talking to the Galactic Federation, furthermore. So they have you in situations, you're cross checking. Your thoughts are not just your thoughts, they are pings to spirit. And that is a checkmate system. And so it's not random where you're at, and you should never feel bad that you're put into a situation where you had to deal with someone who was also kind of shady. Okay, possibly, because you're cross checking that. Now, what I'm getting here, you're always employed. I'm hearing it like that. You're always working, for the light, and this is a long-term process, and it's not always directly like, oh, I have a client right now, and I'm doing my light work. No, it's at every single moment in time. Okay, at every single moment in time. Okay, yes, and let's clear and throw chakra. You're always doing your grid work wherever you're going, whoever you're talking to, whatever you're saying. You're always on. Okay, in a way. So so it's an illusion that you're just sort of like suddenly into like something and then because at a certain point I'm like what am I doing watching these like tarot readers. It's like and honestly and it was to the point where I had to see the shadiness and we're talking on energy levels. Okay, and these are supposedly really top tier whatever it is or they were. Okay, now it's like so what let's clear them. Yeah, they were very much so called in the spotlight. I hear that. Okay, which is very different. It's like than real light work, and you know exactly who you are. Okay, good for you. Okay, like no, it's a checkmate. Third eye, I got you. Let's clear the energy and throat chakra. Let's clear the throat chakra. They're jealous as well. Like, but how do we say this? This is a toxic energy where there's competition in the light work. No, there should never be competition in the light work family. Okay, never. If you meet another light worker, you will not ever feel jealous of that person. Okay, so this is something that spirit really wants to illuminate. Okay, and I'm not just talking like I'm not talking to these light workers, so-called light workers. I'm not talking to these tarot readers. I'm just checking in with the energy and I'm seeing exactly where it stands, and they're interacting with my energy field, and I feel it and I know it because I'm getting the ping. Okay, and by the way, many tarot readers, they're not just getting on here talking about whatever. Okay, they're also watching other readers, many of them, and furthermore, okay, let's clear, there are also some of them doing some sort of spells and all this to get you hooked onto their content. I'm hearing it like that. So this is something I don't want to talk about other people or so-called people, but entities. But spirit is trying to expose this because it's really. And so the one thing that you'll know is how do you feel, and that's what you should always listen to. Okay, always. It doesn't matter how popular someone is. It doesn't matter anything. And you know what? Honestly, yeah. Let's clear and throw sugar. Yeah, no, they don't want this out. Well, honey. Oh, honey. Now here further. No, it's to the point where I've had dreams. Okay, yeah, and they're practically so what they're real. It comes down to light work again. It comes down to shadow work specifically. It's not, and yeah, they're not willing to part with certain frequencies, but they still want to be in the light. Okay, they want to be in the spotlight. This is a time. Let's clear in the room. They're gonna lose their badge. I'm hearing this. They can't no. And maybe that's part of their karma. Then maybe it's not just tarot reading, but it's anything. Oh, you're a famous musician, actor, actress, you're gonna lose your favor. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, but it's public. It's super embarrassing. I hear this. Like, it's to the point where suddenly, like, everyone just like checks out. I hear it like that. Like, not only that, but like it's just so clear. Like, it's a moment when you see, everyone sees. It's like something like that. Let's clear it. Yeah, but why were we not seeing together to begin with and on the same page at the same pace? There should have been no reason why it got to that. Let's clear and throat chakra. I feel like this is something happening maybe even in the entertainment space. I don't know. I was just thinking of Will Smith right there. I don't know. I happen to hear. I don't watch news, guys. I don't watch the news. I don't follow the dramas and etc. Yeah, especially like these last few days of just not even like tuned in, checked into Twitter. I'm just kind of, yeah, let's clear them. Uh-huh. Yeah, these are people who are jealous. So how do we say this? Okay, it's one thing to be a light worker and be on your merry ass way. It's another thing, okay, to be jealous, okay, and to feel like it's a competition. Light work is light work. It's not a competition. You're not here to do better than another light worker. Okay, and if that is the case and someone is getting weird and competitive with them, maybe you're thinking of partnering up with another person. And you're feeling like some strange ass energy, okay? Let's clear the door chakra. Maybe it's a metaphor, like yeah, no, it's like and yeah, you're getting this like weird vibe. Okay, if you and they are both on the same page and you're truly doing the same caliber of light work and yeah, truth seeking, and let's come throat chakra, you're on, I'm hearing it, on the same page. Okay, you would be really ecstatic, okay, by the progress that's made, okay, you and them. So if you are feeling, okay, also like kind of maybe you are feeling like they're putting you down, it's like this is not a good vibe. No, I don't care what's what. I don't care how famous they are. I don't care how popular they are. If they are trying to sort of even like get political with that, how do we say, like I personally don't really believe in like mixing how do we say this? Like, personally, I don't collaborate, but maybe you are collaborating with another Reiki healer, and then it's like getting weird. Like the money's getting into the combo. It's like you're losing the sight, bro. You're really losing the entire sight of the whole project, and I'm extremely turned off. I'm hearing it like that. So, and maybe the premise was like light work and like ascension, but no, I mean, if it's going to turn into this, like, and you have the right to step back and be like, you know what, actually, I don't want to work here, you know, I don't know, I'm seeing two people partnering up. I'm seeing two people partnering up. For some of you, yeah, let's clear, but what they're doing, they're getting their badges taken away, guys, and so people who were not, they're not as popular anymore, and you'll see that as well. You're just going to feel like, you know what, I'm just not drawn to this person. I'm hearing that. Okay, let's clear it. I'm hearing codex. Now, oh dear. I am Patrice Walker says the reader wanted me to collaborate. He stole my energy and my content. I never agreed to work with him. Let's clear the energy. I don't really believe in collaborating unless it's like something. I mean, why are we doing that? You know, like a lot of tarot readers are like doing this collaboration stuff. I don't want to. I mean, hey, it could be positive. I don't want to say that anything is absolute. This is not my place to say that, right? Of course. If spirit, your guide, you work with your guides, right, on what your project is like. That is in the light, okay. But personally, like I am observing. You can tell when someone's collaborating and they're really, truly, like truly a unit in that conversation, and they really want the best in that space. Okay, when you can tell when it's like, I mean, you can hear their thoughts, guys, like, oh yeah, like, I hope this gets me more followers. Like, bro, it's like not about that. Okay, let's clear it. Let's go backtrack around. Let's backtrack. For some of you, for a small number of you, someone was talking smack behind someone's back. How can you call yourself a light worker like that? I don't know. I'm turned off, though, you know? Yeah, it's really not about that. Yeah, it's really not about that. So I think it's more about like, yeah, people who are preaching that they are light workers, but they're more like business. I'm hearing businessmen, but it could be however. And I mean, I've gotten a lot of, yeah, so-called offers to like collab, and I'm just like, ew, like, what is this, like, money hungry? Like, they're just trying to get in on your content. Like, I've even had people come up to me and try and like promote my, and this is, you know, okay, like some people, they want to start a blog and they want to feature you, all right, but this is something else. I'm talking like something different. I'm talking, let's clear down the right side of the body. People who are like wanting to own you. I mean, this is like practically, it's just slavery with another conversation point, you know, like, no, you're not owning me. And so I don't know, guys, like maybe you're having a prospect here come through, they want to feature your content or whatever, and again, spirit brings this message through prior to when it is really applicable. Yeah, like I'm hearing, I don't need you, okay, and I don't care how smart you are. I'm hearing with your Rolex watch, I'm hearing that, maybe it's a metaphor. Like, I don't care how good you look or whatever. Let's clear in the third eye and the throat chakra. Like, you can tell when someone is really there for the right reasons, even in their, yeah, let's clear it. So, let's clear it. Down the left side of the body. This person is shady, whoever this is. There's somebody here who is, like, technically, they're, like, a maybe famous, they're in the light, so-called, but they're total, it's like a double standard. Like, and this energy came through, it was another reading. Backstage, it was the line that came through in that reading was like, you see them backstage, like they're smiling and then they come through, but you saw them backstage before they arrived on stage, something like that. they're very schmucky. It's a very schmucky energy. I'm hearing tyrant. Let's clear in the sacral chakra. So, this, like, it's not what you see. Like, what you see is not what you got, but you know what you feel. You don't need to see because you feel it. Okay, so, like, see how you feel when you're watching someone's content. This is just a heads up. And honestly, like, I've had to Reiki after I saw a few people's videos. So just, but you're guided, but Spirit may want you to watch certain content to see, like, why it is that certain people may also be excelling or doing certain things with their career and you're not. Like, personally, I never felt drawn to collaborate, and I feel like it's a little bit of a red flag. Like, if this was a completely let's think of it like this. If you were anonymous and people didn't know your name or anything, okay, and they did not see you, yeah, we're exposing it. Okay, hi, hey, okay, cool, let's clear it. And this is so awkward, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm hearing goodbye. Let's clear it in the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. Yeah, right, you would not be wanting to collab, so you're gonna go now. I'm here to, like, this, like, guys, like, I'm sorry, we have to just kind of, expose that. Like, why are we doing that? Does that person really truly, like, are you guys creating magic together in that moment and it's like, wow? And that could be a metaphor. It can honestly be a relationship you're in. Okay, what is collaboration? I mean, yeah, being physical with that, but what are the real reasons, like, you're coming together? Maybe pun intended, maybe no pun intended, but probably both. For some, depending on what, let's clear in the throat chakra. For some of you, you're famous, someone's trying to mooch, 100% mooch. 100% mooch. Okay, and this has been coming through. Yeah, you have a certain gift, you have a certain talent. There's no, I mean, you gotta understand, like, do I actually want to interact with that person? Think of it in your heart, not in your mind. Like, this person's cool. Like, maybe there's another person wanting to, like, kind of, like, they're kind of I'm hearing avant-garde. What does that even have to do with spirituality? I don't know. Okay, it's like you're thinking, like, oh, they're, like, good looking or whatever, like, they have a following. I don't care, guys. Like, this is practically, like, if you're gonna collaborate with someone, that's, like, kind of like and these are your audience is, like, they're your children, okay, and you take care of them, and then this is part of your path, and you create that space. So don't feel embarrassed to be like, no, hi Charles, I don't want to offer, I'm hearing your product to my students, I'm hearing that as well. You're gonna take it as well, whatever you're focused on with your audience, okay? It doesn't matter, maybe you're a creative entrepreneur, whatever it is. Okay, it's not about who's smart with business and who's business savvy and, like, yeah, if we join forces, like, let's clear it. It's so ew. I'm so turned off by that. Really, really turned off, guys. Like, I will tell you, like, years ago when I first started the channel, you would be amazed how many people were like, I mean, in the beginning, when we first started, there was barely anybody on YouTube. Truly, really. It was so hard to find readers on YouTube, okay? Like, it was very, very, no one was doing readings, guys. At that time, I mean, yeah, it was very easy to find Pisces readings, certain zodiac sign readings. If you search Pisces at a certain point, okay, it's like, I mean, this is not to brag, but it's to give context. Like, my video would pop up #1. Now, Spirit pulled me off of the grid, okay, and they're in this all for a reason, and I'm not doing this for a business. I'm not doing this and I never was here to do it for a business, but you'd be amazed. Okay, I could have monetized the channel. I could have done a lot of things with the channel at that point. I chose not to because that's not the point of this channel. Okay, this is not, So, and you would be amazed how many people came through and they're like, oh, you can do this and you can do that, and, like, you can sell this to your phone. It's like, no, I'm not here for that, and I'm not here for that, and so even if, it is what it is, like, okay, like, it's not about these such things, and people come through with all these, like, oh, like, but you need to keep their interest. It's like, no, I don't. It's not about interest. It's not a business. I'm not marketing anything. This is from the source, from the soul, okay? They connect, and that's why they're here. So now this is where we have to distinguish between when tarot reading, I'm hearing specifically, and energy work becomes, okay, kind of like a business, and kind of like a fad, and kind of like a marketing situation, okay, and kind of like a culture, okay, like, it's nothing wrong, it's great that people are becoming more so-called aware, but it's still the energy you can have, again, toxic, okay, light work, okay, so we have to just kind of get down to it, and, like, so personally, like, I always, like, was really shocked when I would see, like, tarot readers kind of doing readings together. I mean, there's really nothing wrong, I guess, but personally, I mean, if I am gonna call it out, I think it's kind of like a moment, like, unless you really, like, and I think that for some, like, it's to increase their followership. But you can really tell when someone's really, like, clicking with the content. But anyways, I don't know, Spirit wants to bring this forward. Yeah, I don't even... I've seen this a few times, but it has never really been such a thing. So maybe you're even a performer, like, but yeah, so because the whole point, like, is, and there were so many people who were like, oh my god, like, for the longest time I had 0 ads. I did that on purpose. I had absolutely 0 ads on my entire channel, and again, like I said, at that point I was having at least like 30,000 views sometimes per video. This was a certain period, and I was like, I knew I did not want to bring any of that in, okay? And luckily at the time, okay, this was my only job, so-called job, and I was living at home, and but then it was time for me to move out, and really there was the next leg of my journey. So, but I knew that I could have, it's not about that. And so, and as a light worker, you know that you're on this path. Maybe there's someone here thinking they're going to make you money. Maybe, no, this is for some. Yeah, maybe you're really, like, a very big time, you're on YouTube, okay, or whatever, and it doesn't, and you could be a musician, but you obviously, being here, I guess you associate as a light worker in some capacity. Like, what's real to you, and you don't need to make money. I'm hearing that, like, this is Spirit saying, you're not here, okay, for this, and it's not that and people will frame you because they are somehow, they have some sort of, well, I would question why they would be so insistent with you to, you guys, some of you kind of got to a certain point because of a certain regimen here spiritually, and and so the infiltration of the dogma of storylines that are to surface, okay, over time. How do we say this? In other words, like, if you are sacrificing also what you really feel in the moment because you think that that's going to be something that is going to hold value. I'm hearing in terms of how do we say this? For some of you, your freedom is at stake when you are looking at a certain opportunity here with someone. I'm seeing that really clearly. So, wow. Okay, Spirit, I think, wants to get through to someone very particular here. You may be a really, like, high-end, again, I'm hearing tarot reader, high-end in the sense of, Spirit puts people in where they need to put them in. That's why we should not be getting so-called competitive, okay? It's not about the followers. It's not about the subscribers. It's really not, don't get into tarot reading if you want to make it a business. Okay, if you think that it's that's where you will attract the karma, and it's not for everybody. So you need to find what's really, really for you, what's really your path, okay? And it's about really understanding yourself and doing the shadow work to be able to understand who you really are. Everybody has a very particular gift, okay? Just because one person is, they're a medium, they talk to spirits, or, they have certain, whatever it is, doesn't mean that that's also your story, right? So it's about being honest and true and authentic. So for some of you, though, this is just a side note. Like, it's really, really not about that, okay? Because Spirit is not going to be, you think that, oh, I'm just going to be a light worker, and that means just, maybe it's not with malintent so-called, but you think maybe I'm, that's the way to, like, live my life, like, oh, hell no. I mean, no. And please do not, okay, think that, some people, this is their path. Some people, it is not their path. And some people, they're going to understand if it's their path or not. Okay, they're working with their guys to still understand what their path is. Nothing is going, so I would just be very much, like, in that space of wanting to really be free and understanding of what is real to you. Because it's not that in any form and shape you want to be a light worker and then that's going to be lucrative or profitable just because there are some people who are making money at that, or this is part of their life's work. When you're honest and authentic with as a light worker, you're guided. So Spirit will get, and the important thing is that, you're real. So there's no, like, one, quick gimmick way to sort of become a light worker. I'm hearing that as well. So I don't know, maybe this is more to the trolls, but for some, like, this is, and it's not to feel also competitive. Like, if, let's say, as a group of light workers, let's clear the throat chakra, we're all working as one. Okay, we are here, okay, to really, really ascend we're here to create together. So when you come across, like, I'm seeing, like, a real, true, like, you know, someone is in the light, and you're going to be happy for that person, okay? So yeah, so if you are, yeah, feeling also like if you're in this field or whatever, and you're like feeling kind of weird, and you're focusing a lot on like subscribers and like, oh, this is not a good sign, because then you're losing sight, I'm hearing like this, of what you're really good at. I'm hearing that as well, which is not to get likes and followers, which is to spread your light and to be authentic. The more you're focusing on the business side of things, the more you're going to feel kind of drawn out of the conversation when it comes to what is real and what you're really delivering the message of. Let's clear it to the masses. So for some of you, or to a very particular group of people, and that's another thing, when it comes to light working, spirit, it's not about more is better. And okay, so not at all. And so that's where, yes, so especially that's why like doing spells to like get more followers, and like even on social media, guys, like, I mean, what, it's not just YouTube, right? I mean, people can be even, yeah, like having any social media presence, okay? Like any online presence is going to be a place, a platform where you express yourself, right? So you can spread your light in any kind of way, really, when it come down to it. But yeah, I mean, it's really not about that. Like doing magic spells to like get people to feel more magnetic to your content. Let's clear it in the throat chakra down the left side of the body. That's going to be completely, and I feel like some tarot readers were doing this, and we got a huge warning with that. We already got the warning. So now it's like they're realizing, like, spirit kind of like unclip the belt, okay, from the hinges of the reality with that, and it's just like, listen, you're not going to be, it's not how we're doing that. Okay, if you're not feeling in the flow state, you're not feeling magnetic, you feel like you need to do a spell, okay, no, it's a matter of the energy. Let's clear. We don't put makeup on. We don't put makeup on, all right? Yeah, it's really not about that, and that can be literal, guys, okay? So take it as you will. I don't know what's what. You're going to just take it as you will, but... yeah, so, yeah, and it's in the sense, you know, saying, like, get back to your roots, like, take a break, like, it's about really, truly being magnetic with yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you love what you're doing? Do you love, you know, where you're at with your story, or are you feeling, like, kind of, like you're losing the ball with that? Okay, it's time to regroup and really think about what you want to manifest here, okay, because what goes up must come down, and if you were doing any kind of, you know, because it's really not right to do, like, for example, especially money magic spells. Some people are like, wait, why are you talking about magic like that? It's like, well, there's a distinction, okay? First of all, let's think about this. Does it make sense to do a so-called money spell? Especially to pay for that. One, okay. Two, do you think that it makes sense, like, okay, would spirit, let's really get down to it. Would spirit, okay, make it so that only those who do the magic spell, okay, who also can afford maybe like a magic candle or a this or a that, let's clear it, can then become more wealthy? That sounds kind of, yeah, that sounds like a draconian, yeah, system right there. Uh-oh, let's clear. Yeah, no. But that's what we're talking about, guys. And furthermore, let's think about what happens in that moment. When you are, let's say, doing a little spell like that, what does that even mean? Do you think that money is not energy as well? If something is in the flow state, it will manifest. You don't need to work. You don't need to, yeah, so what's happening there is a manipulation, guys. It's manipulative, okay, yeah. And it's also a business. So, yeah. And at times, like, you may find that, wow, I kind of, like, I don't want to say fell for that, but, like, you know, I'm not saying that I did that. I never did that. I don't do spells. Never did a spell. I'm not interested in that at all whatsoever. Never. I don't need to do spells, okay? You are the spell. You were born, okay? That's the magic. You are the magic. Alchemy in you. That's the point. We don't selling no spells and none of that, okay? And they will try to project the narcissistic energies. Okay, they'll come through and, oh, you're a witch. You're a this. You're a that. It's like, no, honey, you're talking to yourself, okay, and I'm not here for it. So, yeah, let's clear it. For some of you, though, let's clear the throat chakra. These are people who, and they got very maybe greedy. Maybe there are already people who are, like, very so-called popular, whatever, but now they're doing, like, spells on top of that. It's like, they're getting crazy. Okay, but the thing is that Spirit's watching over everything. It's like, you're not going to be getting ahead like that, okay? You're not. You think that that's going to carry your work further? Spirit is watching, and they're not going to let that happen because they protect us, the collective, from being, because let's think about it. It's about who is consuming what content. So if there are people observing, let's go back to the start of what we're talking about here with the spells. Let's say that there's someone here doing a spell, okay? First of all, let's say it's a money spell, and I have seen it happen. Spirit had me as a, I'm hearing as a convoy. Interesting. They had me as a so-called double agent, okay, in these situations where I traced the exact spell. They had me observe it so obviously, and I know exactly who was doing that, okay, with specific readers, mediums, and they had me even pay and go through the whole shebang, okay, and yeah, let's clear it, but this is the whole thing, okay, because yeah, you will see it. Now, number one, so let's say that you're paying, okay, but let's just say that you're not paying with so-called cash, okay? Let's say that it's not like suddenly you feel suddenly like radioactively addicted to this person, like, oh my god, hot Cheetos, like, you know, kind of vibe, like, okay? Like must have like her bag, must have her I'm hearing Balenciaga purse, I'm hearing that so specifically, I don't know, maybe it's a company, guys, like whatever it is, yeah, and we said this before as well. Wow, this is very long-winded reading, but you know, yeah, people, they, yeah, we definitely have, okay, yes, draconian companies and businesses, okay, and I am convinced that there, some of them do practice wizardry. They think they are so-called wizards. Now let's get back to it. Doing a magic spell, okay, for example, to bring money in, that's manipulative. And so when they had me trace this, I went through the motions. I am obviously very sensitive to energy, so I'm able to feel what it's doing on my energy body, okay? And I know this is kind of weird for those, and it's, we're not saying this, like, if you've done such a thing, like, just be aware, like, Spirit has me exposing it in this way, because to bring it to light, that it's not just a so-called money magic. So, I mean, we have to think about why we would do that, right? So what they had me do was go through the whole motions energetically to see exactly what that actually means. Okay, and what it basically was is it's a toxic manipulative energy. It's not in the light. It is a glitch in the system. And yeah, because so what happened, it's not of the light, guys, yeah. And so in a simple way, I don't know how far we want to go into this, but when you do a money magic spell, this is against someone else's will. So just so you know that, okay, because there's no, I mean, why do we want another person's money? Let's just, again, guys, can we think about this? It's very different from doing, okay, ritualistic work where you're talking to yourself and you're working with yourself and you're really meditating on your values, okay, saying, I want to have like a space where I'm, you know what I'm saying? This is very different. And why are we saying that we need a candle to do a so-called spell, right? We don't need to do that. We also, especially, I mean, there are levels, guys. Some people, they'll charge hundreds of thousands of dollars to do a so-called spell for you. We're talking all kinds of levels, yeah. But why do we need that? No, that's saying that's disempowering you and making you feel like you need something to become more of yourself. And to it's really about understanding what you want, and that's some real magic. That's where the real, let's go and throw a chakra. Yeah, that's where the real, that's where your power is truly at, is remembering who you really are. So, yeah, we do not come here to consume as well, and Spirit wants to bring that to attention as well. That is not the point here of our conversation, and it's not like the more this I am, and the more that I am, and the more that I will ever become. It's like, no, it's definitely not. Let's clear it. Going to be happening on that timeline. It's going to be a matter of how far you move into yourself already, not what you then get in return for that. So let's clear the throat chakra. That's where you really, people will be able to understand who's truly in their light space and why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, you can kind of just feel it, like when someone here is like, they have something very, so let's go. I'm hearing someone's older here, someone, yeah, so let's go. Yeah, but and it's not for you to call out, like, okay, I personally, like, Spirit had me, it, like, almost, like, kind of incognito. I literally, like, I never, guys, like, how do we say, I hardly ever would watch certain readings, and like they had me sort of even like, yeah, but and I'm okay with that, because I know that this was important for Spirit to be able to illuminate something integral here, when it comes to the collective and how we're really going to be doing our ascension work. And if someone here, if you feel like you were preyed upon, okay, by someone, and it's like you felt like you were almost under their spell, and you kind of woke up and you're like, why the fuck am I spending all my money on this person and like their company? And it's like, yeah, I wonder why. Like, but the key is that you're like awakening from that, and you suddenly are like if 1 minute you really are clicking with something, and that's a huge red flag, is that it's like a hot Cheeto energy. So Suddenly you're like almost addicted. It's an addiction. Like it's yeah, where you can't say no almost. That's a red flag. Okay, then you suddenly like, you're like, wait, I don't, you wake up the next morning kind of vibe so cold, and it's like, I'm not interested. That's what we're talking about. So it's important to know like why you're really there, why you are consuming. I'm hearing as well what you are consuming, and that again can be anything. Even music. So yeah, guys, it's about the creator, I'm hearing, and the content that is created, the way in which that person, yeah, the way in which the creator creates is really important. So yeah, and that's something important to know. And maybe as a reader or whoever, it's like spirit wants to, kind of bring the message back home and say, you really don't need to, I mean, I cannot say this for everybody, but it's not about how glamorous you look. I hear that as well. It's about the authenticity. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Anything else? I'm hearing Maddox. I'm hearing Maddox, Maddox. I don't know. Would take it too well. Let's go. Anything else from spirit? Yeah, I feel like this is definitely related though to I'm hearing things that are even published. I don't know. Anyways, I'm hearing the news, obviously. I mean, this is so obvious, but hey, as a reiteration, yeah. Yeah. And that's why personally, like, I mean, I can't even imagine, like, personally, I can't even watch movies really anymore. Can't really watch TV shows anymore. It's like, if I don't click with the person who's really creating that content, like, do I know who that is? Like, it's like, even watching the news, it's like, who are these people? It's like, for me, I mean, as a light worker, you probably are just naturally not really drawn to mass media outlets that are, like, targeting, like, people who are still operating the matrix. So, just so I know, but let's go. Personally, I think it's all about, like, personal content creators now these days, and, like, yeah, because you're so sensitive that you feel what goes into the production of whatever that is, like, yeah, when you're watching a movie, you're feeling the directing, you're feeling the director, the actors, everything, the act phase. It's like you're watching everything kind of. It's not just the movie, so it's like this is kind of fake and like kind of uncomfortable. And hence why we also talked about things like pornographic material and such being, yeah. So we talked about that in another video. For some, I'm hearing Xbox. I don't know what that's linked to. Let's clear in the sacral chakra. Yeah, so, because people, I'm hearing from spirit again. And again, if this is too much, like, channeling, it's a very heavy channeling today, very heavy channel message space, then don't worry, like, you can watch it in bits or whatever if you're not feeling guided. But another message here is spirit is wanting to come through, and this is a particular mudra they want to bring attention to. If somebody does know, if you can comment, they're wanting you to question, yeah, because people have an agenda, right? And personally, it's gone to the point where I'm like, okay, there are people, I keep hearing it as a distinction of in the matrix, and then there are so-called people who are they're doing their light work, right? So the question is, like, I feel nowadays more so, like, what's your agenda? Like, are you here, like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, but really, right? I mean, in the sense of saying, if you're a musician, if you are an artist, if you are a hairstylist, if you are a producer, if you are a direct, like, who are you truly as, okay, in the broader conversation of the unity consciousness message? Are you here for light work, right? I mean, what is your agenda? And I feel for some of you, maybe you're thinking of even, like, I don't know, like, possibly donating. Again, I'm hearing collaborating. Like, make sure you really know who they are. I'm hearing that. Make sure you really understand, but you always take it as you will. And you want to know, like, yeah, are they really in alignment? Are they, because, yeah, you want to, and yeah, I mean, if you, let's say you're a producer, it's like, let's say you're working with it, however, it's like, let's come through around. Maybe even, for example, a business you're thinking of working for. You really want, because you're giving them your time and your energy, whether or not you know it, you're paying the company to work there. Yes. The currency is not financial, okay? And that's where we really got it twisted with workplaces, work mentality. Yeah, let's come to chakra. It's not like, oh my god, they're paying me, I have to be such a hard worker. You're already paying being there. Okay, yeah, so this is where we have to, like, you are creating something there, just being there. So that's very interesting, and it's important to remember that you're not going to be understanding yourself through them. If anything, it's going to be okay, that you are in alignment, and you are further manifesting, okay, your honest, true, dynamic, authentic potential, or okay, you, yeah, and your passion, okay, or you're going to feel oppressed there, and that's the moment where I think many light workers will realize like they are not happy with where they're at when it comes to the conversation with that, again, particular company, and they will step out. So, and yeah, so let's go into So, yeah, now this is going back to the picture that we drew, guys. Like, I feel like the more that we separate truly, like, okay, like the matrixy energy from that which has ascended, okay, now I feel like as light workers we're in this a little bit of this awkward moment where it's like, okay, I see it so very clearly now that this is seriously not the answer, and now what? Okay, in other words, like, you're kind of, you know where you're going, we'll say it like that, but then the question is, what is going to happen to those who have chosen another path? And for some, I feel like it's this moment where we're saying we don't really have quite an answer. So, but the important thing is that you don't remain stagnant and questioning, okay, your story within the context of another. Like the people in the Matrix, it's just becoming very, very clear. And now we're sort of just seeing it exactly in a very clear way. And they're seeing you. And they, for some of you, again, they're observing and they're not necessarily happy about the fact that they, yeah, that they have to learn a certain lesson. But for some of you, this is from their ego. So, yeah, they feel, definitely intimidated, and I feel many of you, yeah, this is for many different reasons culturally and however. You guys, we will take a break. Let's go down the right side of the body. You're protected, I'm hearing this, yeah, and but if you're making any major decision, like I would question what is the honesty and the integrity and the authenticity, okay, and the ethics of whatever it is. And even if you're, you know, paying to a business for your coffee every morning, it's like, who, what, and why? Because everyone has an agenda, okay? It's not that we do not have an agenda, and it's not that someone's just random. And I think that's part of the Matrix conversation is like, even, and I saw this, okay, so clearly, like, yeah, in so many situations here while I've been traveling, like, you can just kind of like smell people's intention, like, you know, their thoughts, and it's like technically this person is a hairdresser but they're not a hairdresser, okay, yeah, they're provoking, yeah, their own story. I'm hearing that, but I'm hearing, but as a hairdresser, oh, interesting. So let's clear it. Okay, so let's clear it. Yeah, it's a shadow energy, guys. Yes. So and so it's like they mean, yeah, I'm hearing London. It's getting past the looks and the facade and the physical, okay, and really just seeing it as energy and seeing it like that. And it's to the point where I'm just like, you know what, like, okay, who are you, you know, like, why, what are we doing here, you know? It's like I'm getting to the point where it's like, where's the starseed community at? And I'm thinking of building something out here, guys. Like, I wanna, yeah, but this is interesting because it's kind of taken me back to an idea I had in another point in time. So, yeah, this is something I'm thinking of, though, like, to create some sort of space where we can have this conversation more openly, like, without it being, like, you know, because now, personally, I mean, like, why am I going to the hairdresser and this person is completely reptilian, completely, like, and it's to the point, let's go to completely, like, where I realize, like, okay, like, I could just practically hear her thoughts. Like, she's like, yeah, it's a long story, guys, but she was very reptilian. And she was practically trying to, like, pull my hair out, and she was being so inconsiderate. And it was just something so disturbing. Like, she let me walk out with my hair all wet. Like, I was like, hey, can you dry, like, I mean, basically came to, like, have, like, my hair dried. She was, like, trying to practically, like, yeah, she was like, oh, yeah, no, you need to, like, she made up some weird-ass reason for why, and she was like, yeah, we're low on time. It's like, excuse me? Like, no, okay? I called in early, and, like, honestly, it should have been so obvious, okay, that, yeah, I was serious about, yeah, asking about this in advance to make sure that it can be done as well. And so anyways, it was very narcissistic and very reptilian, and to the point where I'm like, you know what, it's like we should not be looking for, like, a hairdresser. We should be looking for another person doing their light work, right? I mean, it should be someone who is in the light, not someone here who is, and this is something that Spirit wants, you know, to come to a head as well. Like, the people you surround yourself with on a daily basis, like, I feel like now it's becoming more clear, like, are you, like, yeah, and it's like, I could just literally hear her thoughts, like, she's just like, yeah, like, it's about money, guys, it's about money, and it's just a Machiavellian energy, so, yeah, so, let me look at the chat real quick. Because, like, we need a space that it's like, we know, like, okay, that this is kind of like it's like a standard in a way, not just a Yelp review. Okay, because, like, I mean, what is Yelp? Like, this is so subjective, you know? But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, no, this is something that actually, before I started the channel, I was really thinking about that. That was actually the idea of the fashion app, to be quite honest. Yeah, that was what I eventually wanted it to become, a space where it's kind of like a curated space where people can actually see what the fuck is up. Like, who are you really? And I wanted to target it for very specific, you know, also influencers. And to really see, like, what's your lifestyle truly, and you know, are you in the light? Because influencers have a lot of potential, right, to change people's minds about things, we'll say. And so, you know, from both ends we can say, wow, well, if someone's an influencer and they're very popular, like, let's take a look at the rest of their lifestyle. Let's clear in the throat chakra. Let's take a look at the rest of their lifestyle, and are they truly empowering? Like, or are they consuming? What are they consuming? Are they consuming, you know, from a company that's going to just practically, I mean, yeah, what's going on? How do we describe this? It's kind of interesting because it's two different timelines, but, for example, okay, if someone is like, you know, making it seem like so-and-so is cool, and, like, you know, that's not something that's good for the masses, let's say, okay, like, I'm saying it in a general way because I want to keep this general right now, like, in terms of what can be deemed as, like, you know, good or so-called not good, but let's just say, you know, it's like, right, we should expose that. And also, from the contrary, like, let's say someone here is very popular, but they actually are very much, you know, wanting others to also, like, live a healthy lifestyle. Like, what is influence? That's, I think, the question. So to be able to have a space where you can measure that, this is kind of something that I'm getting very passionate about more so. And the more that I interact with broader society, it's like, no, we need to have, like, a space where it's like, are you in the fucking matrix or are you not? It's like, we got to do a coat check here. Yeah, we got to do a check, like, reptilian DNA. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, because why not? Why should we make it, you know, like, there's no question of that. And yeah, so sort of like, you know, something I'm thinking about, guys, something on the side, but who knows, you know, I mean, yeah, but it should be a question that people are thinking more about, like, why are you not thinking about energy? You know, why are you thinking, like, yeah, because it's like, I don't want to go to someone who's not compassionate. It's like, compassion should be a question on the list, right? Why are we paying someone who's not compassionate to do a job that is just, yeah, that's going to, yeah, and I could tell she's not even really, like, passionate about her job. She's not even really, like, focused. She's just, like, there because she wants to just, you know, make money somehow. It's like, she's reptilian through and through. Okay, so, yeah, it's like, why should that not be a question? Like, also, yeah, I mean, when we are choosing a place to contribute to. Let's clear into retrograde. So, and Gabriel, that is such a great question. Okay, Gabriel says, how do you make checks and balances uncorruptible? So that was part of the reason why I got really turned off, okay, by the idea of the fashion app that I was going to launch, because I remember I was, like, really, really excited about this idea, and then, you know, but I personally wanted to integrate it with the concept of health. It wasn't just a fashion app. This was going to be something kind of different, but anyways, okay, it's, yeah, it's not fashion for the sake of, like, fashion, okay, it's more like even artistic, we'll say, but beyond that, okay, like, it's more even health. So anyhow, I was talking to someone, okay, and he was like, he very much into, like, finances, and he's into tech and investment and law as well, and he was saying he's worked with a few companies. He said, oh yeah, but, you know, you're just gonna get bought out by Zara and they're just gonna take over the whole idea, and they're gonna monopolize, and, like, this and that, and it's just like, it became such a turn off. And in a way, it's like, well, you know, so I'm thinking of how to foolproof that, because, yeah, I mean, so I have to think about this more. Holistic, yes, exactly. Like there should be more of this question, but, like, the issue is, I also, didn't want to discriminate like in that space and be like, oh yeah, like this is only for these types. I mean, because how do you measure? But really there should be sort of like a meter for such things. And I think one of the ways is to be able to see like, what does your lifestyle actually look like? So yeah, like, okay, so you look great, but what are you eating? How do you actually live your life? Like, for example, these such things, and other things like, what, someone's very popular but they're like promoting kids to like do things that are, just, yeah. So yeah, so when the time is right, when the time is right, like, I know it'll all sort of so-called come together, but this is something that just like personally, like, I'm thinking more about, because yeah. And yeah, so, and I know I'm protected, but to have like someone kind of that like touching your hair and like being very personal with you, and like, I mean, even like if you're getting massages, we talked about this some time ago. Yeah, the reptilians, they want it. They'll yeah, they like that you're there. But again, you're there to do your light work. Again, it's all connecting. But personally, like, I did not enjoy that process. Okay, I was like, I had to literally be like, ow, yeah. She wasn't even like trying to be gentle. Okay, there's no excuse for that. Yeah, and so yeah, so it was just something very obvious. Like, there's no excuse for that. Like, either she didn't ask me like, oh, does that hurt? It's like, it was obvious. I could feel her trying to break my hair like an idiot. Okay, so love and light, but it's a moment. And I don't know, spirit wants to share this. So yeah, it's like, why is there no compassion? And yeah. Yeah, so personally, it's like, I just take care of myself, yeah, overall. And even with massage, um you got to be very careful with who you're going to, not to cause fear. You're guided, but um someone touching your body, it's like they're interacting with your chakras. Like, the closer someone is, like, the more they're sort of integrating with your energy field. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, we have to talk more about this. Like, who gives you the right to just kind of like be all up in my energy space if you're not a compassionate person? It's something like that. So you guys, we'll take a break. I love it. Light spirit was like, blah and blah. Yeah, it's like a whole yeah, kind of moment. And so we may come on again tonight. I feel like spirit is so heavy. But yeah, guys, take it as you will. Let's go to managing ground. For a small number of you, like, yeah, you may even like find like you've already made your decision about certain things in your life, and like certain people still want to kind of be involved with you. Yeah, I mean, there's one thing to say like, sure, we can see, like, but then there's another thing to say like, I know my decision and I know what this does for me. So it's about really coming back into your space and being proud of what you're doing for yourself. And alone time is not something that should be negotiated, right? Like, if you're saying, I want to have like my space, like, if someone's coming through and wanting to, like, and they know you just said that, it's like they want to still, they're getting butthurt because you don't want to interact. Like, that's kind of like that's an oppressive energy, and it needs to be cleared, right, from the conversation. Like, if we're going to be negotiating, in other words, like debating my personal space, that's not a good sign. Okay, yeah. So we can talk about other things, but not the fact that I need to have my space. And this is some, yeah, let's clear in social room. You'd be amazed, but yeah, this is the thing. Even if you live alone, but even on an energetic level. So some of you may have this conversation in 3D, but even on astral, guys, like, it's time to protect your energy space and say, I can hear you. I know you're, yeah, I gotta have my boundaries. So you guys, loving light, let's clear in social. Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna be, I can listen to you get your karma, but no, it's not your responsibility. So, yeah. It's not your responsibility. I'm hearing that. Yeah. Um, two. It could be a particular message for someone there. Reducing to 4, yeah. It's all about balance. And yeah, yeah, and yeah, spirit wants this message as well. Some of you, you're doing very well in your life, and you are in the high frequency space. Some people are looking at you like, why do you get to like kind of, why are you in the light space? Let's clear in the throat chakra, and down the left side of the body. Some of you, like, sorry, no. And you need to realize why you're not, yeah, so let's go. Why you're not loving what you're doing, I'm hearing that as well. So the number, yeah, to clear, the way to just kind of cut this combo down, because it's not like explaining that to them is going to really do yeah, their lesson for them, or to do their karmic realization. They have to go through that period of feeling, but as the projected energy, you can clear that by way of grounding and coming back into your story, and surrounding yourself with people who do bring you back to that source space. And also, yeah, let's clear and run. It might not be a bad idea to have some sort of routine, ritual. Binaural beats are amazing. Yeah, I would personally keep my interactions to like limit during this time, with a Mars conjuncting Saturn, especially with Mars and Aquarius, as things can be getting kind of weird in the public. So let's go into retrograde. Yeah, and it's, remember that, yeah, people try to project, they'll try and